Yo, what is going on? Good morning. This is Andrew, known as Zero Draw Drew, Pip Catchers Administration. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like this, subscribe to the channel, keep us motivated to keep putting this content out every single day. We're here with a weekly analysis, so let's get into it, right? Last week was pretty kind of crazy, with everything happening with Ukraine and all that bullshit, but we needed that shit. We needed that shit to happen because we were in this long, fucking annoying ass range. So Ukraine sell off, kind of gave us an idea of what's going to happen next, right? So let's get into it, right? So Gbp Usd, we sold off, like I've been talking about, this strong ass sell off. So right now, overall, the direction, with Gbp Usd looks down, right? But due to this wick that happened after the announcement, may indicate, a little bit future, short-term upside before, the next sell-off does occur, right? One thing I do notice is we held this trend line right here. And usually when you see something like this and it's holding the trend line, it does want to take out the level. So I do think overall it does want to take out the level, but I do think that short term we want to come back up and retest, one of the levels before. So it might retest, that previous rejection, because technically this is where, that bull trap happened. So bullish liquidity is at 1.34840 resistance, right? So like I said, looking at the daily chart, we did sell off, but then, we had this wick, which is kind of indicating, future, short-term upside. So we can, hold this support level, push up to one of the levels, but at the same time, you guys don't want to, have a certain bias because the markets are uncertain, so you just really want to trade what you see. Don't pay attention to the news. Don't pay attention to any of that shit, because I swear if you pay attention to the news, you're going to lose. Just, that's actually funny. You're going to pay attention to the news, you're going to lose. So, news, you're going to lose. News, you're going to lose. News, you're going to lose. Get that shit in your fucking head. If you pay attention to the news, you are going to fucking lose. I learned my lesson very hard the first year trading, It's like, first year trading, I remember I would call trades all the time. I would call trades, but then whenever there was fucking news, I would always listen to the news and lose. So, I don't pay attention to anything anymore. News just equals volatility, right? So, guys, I'm sorry for getting off track. Let's get back into this, right? So, Gbp USD, like I said, we're going to start over. We sold off. So, overall direction is down. On the daily chart, we had that wick. So, right now, we can find support and, make another wave up, right? So now if you go into the hourly chart, what I do notice is, we got this A, B, C, D like pattern, right? So I do think we might want to get one more push up to this trend line and that 800 resistance level like I was talking about on the weekly chart. But looking within the trend, right, I do see this crown like pattern. So in the beginning of the week, we might see, short-term, pullback to like one of these levels. And then we might find support there and then push up to one of the levels listed. So you guys just want to, trade a session and react to one of the levels listed, right? So, if you guys are looking to trade this, like if you come in the morning, like 3 a.m. around London session, I'm sure, price action is going to set up at one of the levels listed and you just need to react to what you see. But overall, looking at this on the hourly chart, we do have this crown-like pattern. All bullish liquidity is grabbed. So once price comes back into this value, I do think price can drop back down to the bottom of the neck. Then from there, I think we could trap bears and then move up to the next level, which is where all buyer liquidity is. And then you just want to play it by day at that point, right? So looking at the 15-minute chart, same story. If this was, if this was during my session, I would look to take this type of short right now, to be honest with you, because this is, a bull trap to this level. So right now it is reading downward momentum. The reason why I won't take that trade, at the open is because I don't like to trade, the open, because there's a lot of manipulation in the open. So, at the same time, all bullish liquidity is there. So maybe look for a bull trap to there, for the sell opportunity down to the neckline, or overall, I'd look for the bear trap to that 500 level for the buy opportunity up to the trend lines, right? So that's GBP USD. GBP Jpy, similar story. Everything sold off last week due to, the fucking crazy shit that happened in Ukraine. We did get this wick. I guess the wick happened due to the sanctions that all these, world leaders held. So, the initial reaction, was pretty bad. But due to the sanctions, we got this bounce. And that's why, the markets are very uncertain. And you just really need to play it by day and not listen to the news because it's all fucked up. You know what I mean? The news doesn't want you to win. I've been doing this shit for almost fucking 5 years now. So I know how the market works. You just need to play with the technicals. If you lose, who gives a shit, right? Just move on to the next trade and play it by day. Go with the probabilities. If you win 9 out of 10 fucking trades, who cares if you lose one, right? So just don't pay attention to the news. The news just makes you fucking emotional, honestly. So that shit's getting me off track. All right, so like I said, GBP Jpy, we got that wick. Due to the, we got that strong sell-off by that wick. But then if you look at, the weekly chart, we had this bull trap to this level. We had this doji candle, and that doji failed, which indicates overall downside. So I do think overall, the bears do want to come in and take over. But due to that wick, it kind of screws everything up because now it's reading like an ABCD-like pattern. The way it sold off is more like a correction rather than, an actual move down, like if that makes any sense. Usually if you see something moving down fast, it's like a correction. I can't. If you could think about it in terms of like crypto, right? When crypto's flying, and you see a little fucking correction, and it happens so quick, then bounces back up. That's there's different markets, but you need really experience to identify this type of crap. But just keep waking up, guys. Just keep learning, and over time, you're going to figure out the game, So overall, GBP Jpy, we got this, strong sell-off. We got this wick at this key support. But overall, I do think, we got downward momentum. Looking at the daily chart, as you can see, we came up to this 154,700 resistance level. So that's where we could technically find support. So if we come back down to that 700 level and trap bears there, I'd look for the buy opportunity up to, buyer liquidity, which is one of these levels listed. But short term, I do think, short term, I do think we're going to drop a little bit, pull back up, get buyer liquidity, and then probably drop later in the week. So, like I said, guys, just react to the levels listed and play it by day. You calculate your risk. What I usually like to do is I'll trade 2 to 3% of my account position, because if you think about it, if you're trading 2%, that gives you 50 trades before you blow all your money. If your edge is good enough, you're not going to lose 50 trades in a row. If you're getting 2 to 1, 3 to 1 on these trades, come on, it's very hard to lose. The only way you lose really in this game is if you get emotional, and it's very hard to control your emotions, and that's why trading is very, very difficult, because to get to the point where you know what you're thinking, that takes time. So you guys just need to wake up every day, just grow as a human being, and you guys will get this as long as you stay persistent. Persistence is key, right? So now looking at this 15-minute chart on GBP Jpy, similar to GBP USD, if this was during a session, I would take this short right now, because we got this bull trap to this level. It's reading downward momentum, right? So overall, that's that 154,700 support right there, kind of lining up with the trend line. So we might trap bears somewhere, look for the bear trap to trade up towards one of these buyer liquidity levels, or vice versa, guys. So you just want to react to the levels, play it by day, go with the overall trend. But with the current market conditions, there really is no fucking overall trend, because things are changing every day. Shit is fucking crazy. So you just want to read the chart, take your piece of pie, and let's fucking go, right? So that is GBP Jpy. Euro USD, as you can see, everything is kind of reading the same thing, right? Euro USD, we sold off. We got this strong wick, strong wick, which kind of fucks up everything, man. Like, It's like we get the announcement, Russia invades Ukraine, and shit is still uncertain, right? Still uncertain. Still uncertain. More uncertain than ever. But you know what? I love it. I love this shit because whenever shit like this happens, it sets up massive opportunities. It's like you got to be greedy when motherfuckers are scared. And right now, motherfuckers are scared. Before, people were greedy. Now it's time to take our fucking piece of the pie and just kill this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, Euro USD. I know I'm talking a lot today, but gives a fuck. Life is short, right? Let's fucking get it. Let's fucking get it. Hold on. Excuse me. Had to take a sip of my drink because I don't want to pass out of dehydration. You heard me? So let's get into this. Right. Euro USD got this strong wick from support on the daily chart, reading similar price action to every single thing I just went over, right? Just different levels, different currency pairs, right? Just a little bit different price action, a little bit different, but it's all reading the same shit, right? So we got this wick from support. We got this bounce, right? So I do think, same thing. I do think we're going to get a little bit more price action. All buyer liquidity is at this trend line. So I do think we want to push up to that trend line on Euro USD. But first, I do think we need to pull back similar to all the other pairs. So on the daily chart, we're looking at these key levels of support. We're looking at this 1.12 200 support level. Now, if you look at the hourly chart, it lines up over here. So I would wait for price action to set up down at this 200 level, right on the 15-minute chart. It's kind of lining up with, this key support right here and this trend line. By the time price gets there, it'll probably meet with that trend line. So I'd look for bear traps for that trend line to trade towards, that next trend line. All right. So that is Euro USD. And like I said, guys, just play it by day. You guys need to, just react to what you see. Update it. Don't have your head stuck on a bias because I swear, shit's fucking changing all the time, right? Now, last but not least, gold. Gold, motherfuckers. Gold did some big things this week. If you see what happened, bro, gold fucking went flying. Gold went flying. And literally, look, 1,000 fucking pips in 1 week. Do the math. Imagine $300 a pip times 1,000 pips. Damn. Anyways, I'm just thinking about that. Anyways, let's look at what's happening now because you don't want to think about money. You think about money, guys, you're going to lose. Just play the fucking game. Look at what's happening here. I play the game. I don't try to make money. I just play the fucking game. That's it. Honestly, I just have so much fun doing this shit. The euphoria I get from watching money move up and down, it gets me high. So I know you guys don't get it yet but you will. You will. Even when you're losing, it's a high. You might not know at first because it's painful at first, but then when you start to realize, yo, this is actually getting me high. I would smoke weed, and then I would fucking trade, and I'd be like, yo, I'm getting higher off these fucking trades. So then I threw all my shit into these trades. So it's bro, just look at this shit as a game. Try to get high off the fucking game, and man, life is beautiful. Every single day is just a beautiful journey. Waking up, just chasing your fucking dream every day. It's amazing. I'm sorry, guys, keep getting off track. So your gold. XAU USD on the weekly chart, we got this strong ass rejection. Why'd we get that strong ass rejection? Because of this strong ass resistance level, right? So weird how world events happen when we're at key levels, right? Always happens. Brexit, COVID, all of it. And that's why I think this world that we live in is just so weird, right? I don't want to talk on political shit, but if you do this market long enough, you'll realize some fucking weird ass shit. Trust me, because things line up with life. It's fucked up, right? So gold, right? We got this strong ass rejection to that key level, right? The only reason why it rejected hard is because of that key level. The way that it sold off, like I was talking about before, looks like a correction. Honestly, looks like a correction. Looks like it could find support and keep moving up. If this wick gets filled for some reason, if bulls fill this wick this week, that will confirm a new bullish move on gold, like to 3,000. If this wick gets filled on the week, like it needs to take out the full wick on the week. It might not happen, it might happen, but if it does, it'll confirm a brand new move on gold, which makes sense with the current world conditions, honestly. So if this wick gets filled, gold may push to $3,000-$4,000. I don't know. Right? So looking at the hourly chart, this thing did sell off pretty hard. But first we're going to go to the daily chart, right? Like I said, we got this strong rejection. We came back into this value and rejected this 1916 value. See, we got the bull traps over here to this level, and then we dropped to support, right? So right now we are reading short-term bearish momentum, right? One thing I do notice is we never took out this trend line on the hourly chart. So I do think we want to take out that trend line overall. So guys, you just want to play with the levels and, react, play it by day, whatever, right? But on the weekly, what I really think is going to happen, I think we're going to drop a little bit in the beginning of the week. I do think we're going to find support at this 1875 short term, which is right here. This is where all bearish liquidity is. So I would wait for price to come back down, wait for price to come back in, then smash that buy up to one of the levels listed. Like I said, guys, do not hold it throughout the full wick. I would try to hold it to maybe here or, one of the levels. But like I said, the next bullish move really isn't confirmed unless this wick is filled, right? Unless it's filled completely, right? Which is unlikely, but with the way the world is right now, it's possible. This is a very strong rejection, which indicates downside. So I don't know. But if I was looking to take a short on this trade, say if it holds and it just bounces and moves up now, I would look for, bull traps to this 1916 value. So if we came back up on the daily chart, pushed into this 1916 value, and then we trapped bulls, came back into that 1960 value, that would indicate a nice short opportunity down to, the support level, if not lower. So guys, just want to react to the levels. Play it by day. Find a session to trade. I keep forgetting to tell you guys that. If you guys are trying to trade these levels in a time where the market's not moving, it's not going to get you fucking anywhere. So you need to find a session, whether it's New York session, London session, Asian session, slow, but to be honest with you, you could make some money during Asian session if you really tried, but I wouldn't recommend it. Honestly, I would recommend London or New York session. And then just, wake up every single day, test the session, write your notes, and just move on, right? So that is it for this week, guys. If you guys got any questions, feel free to shoot me a DM, Instagram.com/ZeroDrawDrew. I'm more than happy to help every single fucking one of you guys out. I want to see everybody win. This is a hard game, hard times. And this game can be very lonely. So, if you guys need support, I'm here. Shoot me a DM. Even if you don't got a question. If you're just lonely, because I know how the fuck it is. The first year, this shit was so lonely, it hurt, Especially when you're about to make it, and you can't talk to anybody about it. It sucks. So, if you need to talk to somebody, shoot me that DM, Instagram.com/ZeroDrawDrew. All my free information is on there. If you're interested, go check that shit out. Other than that, have a fantastic week. Stay blessed, stay positive, stay focused. Peace.